in here is a super tough place to come, and first half we created a few chances, but it was 0-0, and second half we came alive, and we got the 3 points.
Josh, what a special moment for you. Your first senior goal for Chelsea. How did that feel?
It was quite a surreal experience. It's just a proud moment for me and my family. I just want to thank God.
Reece, how proud are you of him, seeing him come through the Chelsea youth system?
Yeah, no, it's amazing to see. He's finally, playing more regular, and he's showing the world, how good he is and what he's capable of. And he's an amazing boy and an amazing player, and long may it continue.
As two academy boys, what's it like for you having someone like Reece to look up to, who's now the captain of this club?
Yeah, it's that inspiration to know that you can come through the academy and play for Chelsea first team. So I'm also grateful for Reece and all the other academy players, as they give me lots of support, so it's good.
Much more to come from him?
Yeah, for sure. He's still so young. He's played a decent amount of games, but he's so young. He has a super bright future, and he'll kick on for sure.
You talked about the importance of getting this result today. How tough did you find it out there, particularly in that first half, as you mentioned, knowing that this Forest team were going to be fighting for absolutely everything today?
Yeah, of course. They made it tough for us. It's always hard, playing against a 5, when they was maybe slightly more defensive. But, as the game went on, we kind of got into our rhythm a bit more and, created more. And then we finally, took the chances when they fell to us.
Well, well done today. Congratulations, both of you. And Reece, you're today's player of the match. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Reece James brilliant today, and he's a lot more about Nottingham Forest. We will be hearing the post-match thoughts of Ange Postecoglou as well, still to come on the show today. But Glenn, at half-time, you said that Chelsea had to wake up. Let's give some credit to them for the way they came out in the second half and for the changes as well that Enzo Maresca made.
Yeah, as I said, he sat upstairs today because he couldn't be down on the bench. He's looked at it and gone, I've got to make changes. And sometimes you have a bit of clarity from up there. He's gone down and he's been spot on as a manager. He's made the real key changes. I think Casado coming on gave them that little bit of strength and gave them that sort of, if you like, everyone was giving him the ball and they knew the ball was safe. Whereas in the first half, they looked shaky. They kept giving the ball away. They were unforced errors that Forest didn't punish Chelsea at. And you just think, well, got to calm down here, Chelsea. And he went on there and played very calmly, just got everyone around. Didn't do that much with the ball, but it was just that security feeling that you felt second half. And they got better and better and better, Chelsea.
And Mark Guillot as well, I think he gave them something else.
Yeah.
I think João Pedro could drop deep and get on the ball a little bit more and control the game, and I thought he gave him a little bit going forward as well.
Has it sort of shifted your view of them at all as title challengers, Peter?
No, it's not shifted it. No, I classed them that before the game. I think the result against Liverpool was massive for them. If they're winning games as comfortably as they have today, with the amount of injuries that they've got, Josh Acheampong as well was fantastic coming in today, and this man as well.
Pedro Neto, who joins us now. Good to see you, Pedro. Peter was actually singing your praises at half-time, saying that you were the biggest threat for Chelsea, the most likely to cause problems, and you popped up with an assist and a goal in the second half. How do you sum up your own performance and the way the team played today?
No, I thought in the beginning of the game we start well, but after that it was a little bit difficult for us. As you can see, they had opportunities. I think they were a little bit on top of the game. And as always, I like to step up on these kind of moments, and I always try to help the team as much as I can. And then in the second half, I knew that they couldn't come with the same energy that they had in the first half. I thought we were going to control more the game, and hopefully I could help the team.
How important was it just to keep that momentum going after finishing on such a high before the international break, that win over Liverpool?
No, it was really important, to be honest, because after the international break on the last month, we didn't start really well. We didn't win the 3 games that we had, and it was really important to start this way, to come in this difficult pitch here with this environment is very difficult. So we are really happy with that.
Can I just ask what the manager said at half-time? Obviously, it's difficult for him to be up there in the stand, but obviously he made 3 substitutions. Was there a big shift in the second half as well?
Oh, it's like you were saying. We needed to change some things. We need to be more aggressive. We need to be more aggressive on defensive ways as well, to keep more the ball. I think we didn't did that on the first half, and in the second half, as you can see, we kept more the ball. We scored 3 goals, and we are really happy with that.
And,
Pedro,
and
sorry, Pedro,
Glenn.
you play on the right hand side with your left foot coming in, but do you like being sometimes on that left hand side where you can go on the outside and get crosses in with your natural foot?
Yeah, I will be honest. I feel comfortable to play both sides. If you ask me if I have a favorite one, of course I will not lie. I would say right side is the side that I prefer the most. But
Yeah.
as I say, I like to play both sides and help the team. I already play as a striker as well, and if I have to play left back, right back, I will.
I know. If I'm playing here, I'd much prefer you on the left hand side. Oh, you know, what a ball and a great header. Let's be pleased for Josh as well.
Yeah, really pleased because he's working a lot. He did a fantastic game against Liverpool, and today he did a fantastic game as well.
How big a talent do you think Josh is?
No, he can be a top talent. I think he has to continue to work. I always am in his foot, joking with him that he has to be more aggressive. And today he did a fantastic job, and I'm really happy for the goal.
You're such a young side, right? But how far can this team go? I mean, is this season too early to be talking about challenging for the title?
I will be honest with you. I like the way that we did last season. We go game by game, day by day, and that is the thing. We have to live in the present. We have to keep working hard to not to show to the people, but to show to ourselves what we can do.
And then you got on the score sheet yourself as well. Did you just see that gap?
No, I will be honest. Before the last game, if we had a free kick, me and Reece, we spoke about that, and in this match, he said to me, I asked him, do you go to the side of the keeper? And he told me, no, we go back to the same side. And as you can see, he gives a step to the right side, and here, yeah.
Just a little shift of the ball, and Jesus comes out of the wall, makes a gap, and you find the gap perfectly.
Yeah, because we saw clips from teams as well already, and normally the goalkeeper always, when you give this kind of roll ball, he always gives a step to the right to try to watch the ball or to win a little bit of space to go to the same side. And Reece said to me, no, we put on the same side because for sure the ball will go in, and we are really happy with that.
You've started every Premier League game, every Champions League game so far. It almost feels like you've made yourself unbenchable for Chelsea. What do you think has been key to your consistency in the team?
I think work hard every day. Like I said, I work every day to be the best I can, and I will continue to do that to help the team.
And when you came off, Estevao came on. I just want to ask you a little bit about him because he's made a big impact already at such a young age. What have been your impressions of him since he signed for the club?
It's a really good kid. It's a kid that wants to learn, and you can see the happiness on his football. And I think it's very important for the team to have a guy like this as well, to like João Pedro as well. And we are really happy to have him on the team.
Pedro, thanks very much for coming out to join us. Congratulations on the win.
Well
done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Pedro Neto there, goal.
It was pretty obvious that the decision was going to be made. The fact that it's been made quite so soon after the game, I thought we might have let the dust settle a couple of hours, but this chairman certainly doesn't mess about.
What was the point, Glenn, where you felt there was no way back?
Well, I think when he left the stadium, I don't know if he left the stadium, he might have gone into a box.
He went into his box, actually,
but
didn't leave the stadium.
To leave his seat there after 60 minutes, it weren't like it was 85 minutes. I think that was a statement in itself, really, in many ways. But like Peter, I'm surprised he's done it so quickly after the game. Let the dust settle and let Ange sort of have a little bit more pride and going out. But this is football. Eight games, all right. They haven't gone very well, but after 8 matches, if you're a manager, that's no time at all. It really isn't. Even though results are not going great. To the next one.
Do you think it's a ludicrous amount of time to be making a change, Peter, after 8 games in charge?
I think, yeah. I mean, you'd expect more. I mean, it's really difficult for Ange, but I do think the results were there, and I think the way the crowd were. There was a kind of almost a toxic atmosphere before the game. They've all left the stadium. I do think it was beginning to be a real problem, and I don't think results would have got better as quickly. It's probably the right decision, although it does seem incredibly unfair after just 8 games. But even when he was hired, I mean, his beliefs and his philosophy was so different to what Nottingham Forest had done so well in the previous season. I think everyone in football was a little bit surprised by the appointment being chalk and cheese. It was so different to Nuno, and they had great success under Nuno.
Given that, do you think he was almost doomed from the start?
No, not from the start. I mean, even today they should have been and could have easily been 2-0 up. With the chances that's down to the players. Ange can't be blamed for that. The misfiring in front of goals. So they get a 2-2 draw out of this, or they win 2-1. he wouldn't have been sacked. It would have been a little bit of a footing to then a stepping stone to try and grow and get more confidence, get the crowd back on his side. They're the small things. They're the dividing line. So whoever comes in at this football club as manager knows he's got 8 games. He's going to be given 8 games, is he, to make a success of it? And that doesn't seem right to me. It really doesn't.
I do also think it's a great job. You know, it's a side in Europe at the moment with fantastic players, and it's a great job for someone to get their teeth into.
For who? Who will be getting that job? Obviously, there's been all of those stories about Sean Dyche during the international break. There's obviously lots of reasons for that. He wouldn't need any compensation. He lives close by. He's got Ian Woan and Steve Stone, club legends, alongside him. So you can see why those links are being made. But do you think he would be a suitable replacement?
Yeah, I do. I think it's whether or not he can get a long-term deal. I mean, you know, I've worked with Sean Dyche, and I actually love working with him, and Ian Woan and Steve Stone as well, are absolute legends at the club. If the club needs a lift of any point, which it probably does at the moment, those 2 players coming in loan is going to lift the spirits of this place. Absolute legends of Nottingham Forest, and Sean Dyche has a proven track record of in the Premier League, and you know, they're in a situation now where you're looking towards the bottom rather than the top. Who better to steer the ship than Sean Dyche?
They could end up in the bottom 3 this weekend. Would that be seen as a sort of firefighting appointment if that was made?
Well, I don't think Sean would look at that if he came. I think it's an obvious choice. The people that he's got and bringing with him to get the crowd back on the side straight away, instantly. Whoever comes in, the one criteria, they've got to get results, and they've got to get them quick. Now, that is pressure in itself. And if you don't get them quick, how long is the owner going to give them? Again, is it 8 games? So, you know, Sean would know, or whoever comes in would know, actually, we're up against it. Result-wise, we've got to get results. And, you know, if he goes 3 or 4 games without a win, how long does that one last again? So there's no continuity with what the owner's actually done. But it's within his own rights to do it, of course. It's his football club. But I'm thinking from a manager's point of view, it's impossible to... He hasn't had a pre-season. Amorim kept saying when he went into Man United, I need a pre-season, I need a pre-season. Well, he's had a pre-season, and perhaps, you know, you haven't seen that much change. That's a different story. And he's still in his job.
Absolutely. And said in his press conference yesterday, where he was making a very passionate defence of himself, that talked about the way he's viewed, which prism he's viewed with, and said, I don't fit in, not here or anywhere. Do you think he is sort of judged differently, unfairly? Why do you think he said that?
No, I just think last season, I think there was a lot of frustration, certainly from Tottenham fans, about not being adaptable, not